Yeah, nigga. 10 most clutch plays in NBA history. Bro, did Flight's baby mama cheat on that nigga? Flight reacts baby mama cheat on that nigga? God damn, bro. I saw that shit on Instagram. That bitch is a hoe, nigga. I'm drunk. First off, if I offend, you know why, nigga. But that bitch is a hoe. Anyways, check it out.
There aren't many things
This
more
is by
dramatic
Nonstop
than the
Sports,
last seconds
nigga.
of a close NBA playoff game. The crowd is on their feet, and you can feel the electricity and excitement in the entire arena. That's why shots in the clutch moments of the playoffs are the most important, most memorable, and most celebrated. Here are the most clutch plays in NBA history.
Ayo, and don't forget to subscribe, bro. I finally hit 100, but that's not enough. I'm on 1K, bro. So subscribe and like the video, cuties. I love every single one of you guys. Mwah.
Damian Lillard to beat the Thunder.
Sexy.
What is a
No
good
homo.
shot exactly? I don't know for sure, but if we ask Paul George, step-back jumpers from 30-plus feet are not good shots. But then again, Paul George's credibility in these matters dropped significantly during the 2020 playoffs. So I'll trust Damian Lillard.
Paul George is
instead.
was
As
kind
far
of
as
shit
game
in the
goes,
playoffs,
as
right?
soon as he steps into the half court, any shot is a good shot.
Facts,
Nobody has hit
nigga.
more deep threes than Dame in the last couple of seasons, and nobody shot them with more accuracy. Pulling up from 30 feet became Lillard's trademark shot.
Dame is a
His
fucking
series
freak
buzzer beater
this year,
against
bro. Bro, this playoffs, Dame has been a freak. You guys cannot deny that. He's been a
George and the Thunder in the
freak.
2019 playoffs, he definitely proved his point and perfectly capped off a 50-point performance.
Look at that shit,
The
bro.
game-winning shot was not only good, it was great.
Consistently
Even better than
did
the
that
one
shit.
Dame hit in 2014 to clinch the series against the Rockets. Robert Horry to beat the Kings. Despite averaging only 7 points per his career, there's a conversation around Robert Horry getting into the Hall of Fame. 7 championship rings and a well-deserved Big Shot Bob nickname are certainly viable credentials, and there are only a few players in NBA history that have hit more clutch shots than Horry. The most famous of them all is the shot in Game 4 of the Western Finals between the Chris Webber-led Sacramento Kings and the LA Lakers, who were trying to win 3 in a row with Shaq and Kobe. The score 99-97 for the Kings. Shaq missed a layup.
I wasn't born during this fucking game, but I watched the game when like a couple years ago. I watched the whole game.
With a few seconds
This is a
left on the
good-ass
clock,
game, bro.
Vlade Divac just tapped the ball away from
Yeah,
the
he did,
basket,
nigga.
only for it to bounce perfectly in the hands of Robert Horry at the three-point line.
And he
Big
pulled that
Shot Bob
bitch.
proved his nickname once again and made the buzzer beater that would
Pulled
win the
that
game
bitch.
for the
Yes,
Lakers,
sir.
and even the series at 2 apiece. In a Paul George fashion, Divac and the Kings later said that it was a lucky shot, but the Lakers didn't care. They won the game, and after the series, when they were driving
You know, I've never seen his jersey ever.
off the arena,
Ever?
the entire Lakers team mooned the Kings, showing their winning posteriors at the bus window to the defeated Kings.
R.I.P.
It was a
my
funny
nigga
and
Kobe.
somewhat asinine way of showing love to their opponents, pun intended. Derek Fisher to beat the Spurs.
Oh!
After Tim Duncan had hit a gorgeous fadeaway jumper from the top of the key over the extended arm of Shaquille O'Neal, it seemed like the Spurs had won the Game 5 of the Western Conference semis. That would give them a commanding 3-2 lead in the series.
What
There were only
year was
0.4
Fisher a
seconds
rookie,
left
bro?
on the shot clock, and it seemed impossible that the Lakers would even get to take the shot off in time, let alone make it. But then Derek Fisher received the ball facing away from the basket and proved that 0.4 of a second are enough to take the shot off. His turnaround jumper found the bottom of the net, and one of the most improbable buzzer
left-handed?
beaters ever. Fisher and the Lakers then ran off the court straight to the locker room before the judges could even double-check if the shot was off in time. Michael Jordan, the shot. Michael Jordan said that his career's most significant turning point is when he hit the game-winning shot in the 1982 NCAA Finals against Georgetown. It was the most critical moment of his career at the time, and he proved to himself he could thrive under pressure, and famously said that he graduated from Mike Jordan to Michael Jordan after that moment. In his early NBA career, Michael played on some bad Bulls teams, and despite heroics like 63 in the Boston Garden, MJ would usually get kicked out from the playoffs in the first round, without a chance to hit an important game winner. It took 7 years for Jordan to repeat the shot against Georgetown, and it came in the 1989 playoffs against the stacked Cleveland Cavaliers.
Bro.
After all the media have written the Bulls off, Jordan willed them to the edge of victory in the series-deciding Game 5. But with 3 seconds left on the clock, the Cavs were still up by 1. Everybody in the world knew who would take the last shot, and the Cavs made a mistake by putting Craig Elo on Jordan, who had been abusing Elo the whole series. Michael got the ball, took 2 dribbles, rose to the height the poor Elo could only dream of contesting, and hit the jumper from the free throw line. The shot went in. MJ celebrated like a madman and cursed out all the reporters who doubted him in a typical Jordan fashion. Ray Allen to save the Heat. LeBron James finally won the championship in 2012, threw that monkey off his back, and proved that he's the most dominant player in the world. In 2013, he was even better, and the Heatles looked even more dangerous and poised for a repeat. However, they came across Coach Pop and 4 future Hall of Famers in the finals. Tim Duncan was covered. They came across Coach Pop.
That's a clean-ass picture, man. Timmy D. Cutie. Trader cutie.
4 future Hall of Famers in the finals. Tim Duncan was still the big fundamental. Manu was still a genius. Tony was arguably the best NBA point guard, and Kawhi emerged as the best perimeter defender in the game. After 5 games,
bro,
the Spurs led 3 games to 2 and had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter. LeBron then turned on the Jets and played like a man possessed, desperate to bring the Heat close.
Bro,
turned on the Jets.
LeBron was playing against 4 future Hall of Famers, my guy.
To bring the Heat close.
4, and he still won, my nigga.
Possession. With the Heat down by 3, it seemed like it's all
That's
over.
Fucking
then
nuts,
Mike Breen
bro.
said those iconic words that all of us who watched that game remember like it was yesterday. Rebound Bosch, back out to Allen, his 3-pointer, bang! Tie game, with 5 seconds remaining. After the championship trophy had already been out in preparation for the likely Spurs victory, LeBron James and Ray Allen canceled that and forced an overtime, and then a Game 7 where the Heat would finally prevail and put the Spurs away.
That's
LeBron chase down
nuts,
block
bro.
on Iguodala, and Kyrie 3-pointer over Curry.
And I didn't mean to say LeBron, I meant to say fucking Ray Allen.
LeBron James looked down at the abyss of another finals loss.
Even though
after the Warriors
LeBron carried the whole
3-1
team.
in the 2016 finals. But after Draymond kicked him in the place
It's
where
LeBron's
LeBron
team,
doesn't
my nigga.
like to be touched by anybody except Mrs. James, he got suspended for Game 5. Clay then said that LeBron's feelings got hurt and got the king mad. With the big help from Kyrie, LeBron willed his team to victory in Games 5 and 6 and brought us the favorite words in basketball, Game 7. In the final game, with the score tied 89-89 and neither team able to score, Andre Iguodala forced a Cavs turnover and sprinted for a layup. LeBron was at least 10 feet behind him at the start of the play, but with an inhuman effort, he came out of nowhere and blocked the shot. There were still 2 minutes left to play, but it was still a huge momentum shifter that
Fucking
stopped
right,
the Warriors
bro.
from getting away when the
LeBron's
Cavs
a
were struggling
freak.
offensively.
Like
And
an
then at the last
actual
minute,
freak, bro.
LeBron trustingly gave the ball to Kyrie and let him cook. Arguably the best ball handler in league history,
He is,
created
bro.
separation against Steph Curry
Unk,
and sank the
nigga.
biggest 3 of his career, which would prove to be the clincher
Uncle
for the
Drew,
first
nigga.
Cavaliers title in the NBA. Michael
Sir.
Jordan, the last shot. In the last Bulls timeout of the 1998 Finals, Phil Jackson and Jordan perfectly predicted the Jazz play and got ready to counter. The score was 86-85 for Utah. And they had the
Dirty-ass
possession
player.
after a couple of screens. John Stockton dumped the ball to the left block for Karl Malone to go to work, like countless times before. But this time, Jordan was ready to pounce, and he snatched the ball from Malone's hands and led a counterattack at the unsettled defense. Phil was smart not to call a timeout and not let one of the most clutch players in history do what he does best. Michael dribbled just inside the 3-point line, faked Byron Russell to go right.
Oh my God.
Michael dribbled just inside
Hold
the
on,
3-point
nigga.
line, faked Byron
What the fuck?
Russell to go right.
Bro, he makes it look so effortless.
Best. Michael dribbled
Like, so
just inside
effortless.
the 3-point line. Faked Byron Russell to go right, slightly helping him on his way with his left hand. He brought the
at
ball
that
back,
shit, bro.
rose up, and the ball swished.
Makes it
It
look
was the
so
perfect
effortless.
sequence that further cemented Jordan's legacy. And after the Jazz missed the last shot, MJ was celebrating his 6th title in another iconic moment. Kobe to beat the Suns. Kobe Bryant grew up idolizing Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir.
And dreamed of repeating all those game winners he saw Mike hit in his career. When Kobe first got the opportunity to do so as a rookie, he royally failed, hitting 4 air balls in a row against Utah in '97.
Shit happens, my guy. Now,
Even though he proved to be clutch
RIP, my
numerous
nigga
times
Kobe,
in the regular season,
but now he's
where
one of
still
the
holds
best.
the record
He
with
was
7
one of the best.
game-winning buzzer beaters. His only buzzer beater in the playoffs came against Phoenix in the first round of the 2006 playoffs. After a Steve Nash turnover in the final seconds of regulation,
Cutie.
Kobe tied the game and sent it to overtime. With just 6 seconds left in the OT, Kobe got the ball at midcourt after a jump ball. He dribbled to his sweet spot on the right elbow, created separation with a body feint, and then hit a beautiful mid-range shot with the clock running out. Kawhi Leonard to beat the Sixers. The only NBA buzzer beater in a Game 7 came last year in the Eastern Conference Finals between Toronto and Philadelphia. The game was tied at 90 apiece, and the Raptors had the ball with 4.2 seconds left on the clock. Kawhi got the ball at the midcourt, drove to the right,
Yes,
got
sir.
past Simmons,
Yes,
and then took a
sir.
fadeaway over 7-foot Joel Embiid.
Pussy.
The ball hit the rim, and Kawhi squatted to the floor. Then, in what seemed like forever, the ball hit the rim again, and then 2 more times until it finally bounced in. The Raptors were ecstatic, and even Kawhi showed some emotion and his blue tongue, while the Sixers left the arena crying. Magic Johnson's skyhook against the Celtics.
Bro, Johnson's rings were so simple for him.
Magic Johnson didn't have a great jump shot for the majority of his career, but he was still one
I
of the
reacted to the SRS shit, the SRS rating shit. Bro, this nigga got the easiest fucking path to rings ever.
most effective
Go watch that video.
and efficient players
Crazy, my
ever at
nigga.
his position. His 52% career field goal percentage is one of the best marks ever for a point guard,
52.
along with a very respectable 85% from the free throw line. Magic rarely
Bro, can you imagine if his son didn't turn out? Never mind.
shot threes and deep twos, simply because he didn't need to. With a 6'9" frame, he was built like a power forward, and most of his shots came from the paint, where he had a soft touch and a wide arsenal of moves. In the 87
Has there ever been a gay fucking NBA? Is Rodman gay? I don't know. Bye.
finals against the Celtics, he
I
took a
don't-
page out of Kareem's book and won the game with a beautiful skyhook
Skyhook,
over 3
pussy.
defenders, and once again proved that he's the greatest winner of his era.
Fucking right. Anyways, that was a good ass video. Flight's girl, if you did cheat on him, which you probably did, or else you wouldn't have made that video, you a hoe. Yeah!